From the director of Kazam, the writer of Street Fighter, the producer of The Boy Next Door, based on a short story by Stephen King, starring two governors. Oh.
Keep it in.
It's a How Did This Get Made all-star film. We saw The Running Man, so you know what that means. Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to How Did This Get Made? I am Paul Scheer, and that was Matthew Boraiza with his 8-bit How Did This Get Made theme. Stick around to the end of the episode because we have a almost 6-minute long intro to the show that I could never subject you to, based on We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel to every movie that we have done.
Oh, wait. I gotta listen to this.
It's pretty amazing. So we'll play that at the end, so stay tuned for that. And that, of course, is my co-host, Jason Mantzoukas. How are you, Jason?
Hey now. How are you?
Very excited to have you on the show.
I am thrilled to be doing what I consider to be a terrific movie.
Oh boy.
And also, my other co-host, June Diane Raphael. How are you, June?
I'm good. How are you, Paul?
Very good. How are the allergies treating you over here?
You know what? My allergies have been fine today. As soon as I walked into this room, they've started to go completely haywire.
All right. Well, this is going to be fun. We can follow you the entire time through this. We can blow your nose into the mic. It'll sound nice.
Do you need like a Claritin?
You have one?
No.
Oh, there's Claritin on set.
Really?
Nice.
All right, Claritin is coming.
We're flying it in.
Really?
We are joined by an amazing guest today to talk about a very special movie. She is a return How Did This Get Made panelist. You can see her amazing show, which she created, Bajillion Dollar Property, Season 3, which will be released on CISO on June 1st. Plus, she co-hosts the amazingly funny and great podcast, I should say, Who Charted with comedian Howard Kramer. Please welcome Kulap Vilaysack.
Hello, everyone.
How are you?
I'm so good. I took my Allegra right outside. I had a pocket pill in my jumpsuit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And right before I entered this room, I took it. So you and I...
Got one of those pocket
me
pills,
and
huh?
Junie. Oh, yeah, man.
Just loose pocket pills.
Some real loosey-goosey pills.
just popping those PPs.
You keep I keep a lot of Lactaid hidden around at every given point, just in case I come across some ice cream. I got to make sure I got it.
Just
got
in case,
pocket
like,
Lactaids, car Lactaids.
Some rogue ice cream.
Hey, look, I don't ever
Honestly,
want to.
you'd be surprised. There have been many situations Paul and I have been in where we haven't had Lactaid on us. This is more for Paul. And it's like a serious issue.
This is the saddest conversation I've ever been a part of.
Because here's the thing. When you want ice cream, it's such a treat.
Of
It's
course.
such a decadent moment.
Sometimes I'm not
Feels
planning.
like-
Yeah.
And it feels like you're really living life.
Guys,
and so in that
Can I be
moment-
honest? Stop trying to sell us Lactaid and ice
All
cream.
I'm saying is Lactaid's a great pill, and it helps all those people out there that are lactose
Are you trying to
intolerant.
get a Lactaid sponsorship? Like,
If they
what's
want to give
going
us
on?
money, it's totally fine. Now, Jason, I know that you could probably, Lactaid is probably the bigger problem. You have to carry around an EpiPen.
I do carry on an EpiPen.
I call that like
very
Lactaid
expensive. Very expensive to just hide EpiPens around.
But you know that most people have trouble processing dairy.
I do as well. I take Lactaid.
Well, also the thing about Lactaid is the number one
not
pill for
natural for
lactose
anyone.
intolerant.
Welcome back to How Did This Get Lactaid, the number one Lactaid discussion show for your lactose needs.
But I will say,
yeah.
there's other times when you need a Lactaid. Like a lot of times in
Like
late
when?
night city,
Yeah.
late night like New York.
yeah,
You've been
pizza.
out drinking. You want pizza.
Absolutely.
I hope you have a Lactaid on you.
Yeah, and if you don't, you're screwed.
Okay, don't roll those eyes and make that face. Okay, is that the new catchphrase for Lactaid?
No.
I hope you have a Lactaid on you.
No, it's enjoy dairy anytime, anywhere. Naturally digest dairy without the drama. That's
the
the
drama.
thing. Without the drama of shitting your
For
pants.
Without
and
the,
puking
I
out.
love without the
You know
drama.
what the drama is.
You know, all that drama of eating cheese.
Oh, I don't want to have all this drama. I don't want to shit myself after I ate this pizza.
We hung out the other night. We had a great time, and then there was quite a bit of drama. Oh no, did you guys get in a fight? No, we ate cheese without Lactaid, and it was Rudy Toot tooting the rest of the night.
I'm looking at the Lactaid webpage right now, and there's a lot of
You mean the
active
one
women.
that you started, the fan page that you built?
It's not technically a fan
via
page.
Squarespace?
It's just kind of a zany thing, and it's showing women on the go.
Is it zany or zany? You pronounce it zany?
I call it zany, you know?
Guys, we're off to a great start.
You know who would be a great sponsor of the Running Man? Lactaid.
Yep. Oh, God.
Because, you know, in a crisis where you are without food, you may just get like handed ice cream. And you're so hungry, you're going to need to digest it. Why should you suffer? Guys, I'm so excited that we are doing The Running Man, a movie that was viewed by my parents as being too mature for me to watch.
Oh, see, I saw this movie, and I loved it.
1987 movie. It is a movie that takes place, or starting to take place, in 2017. I guess by the time he...
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I didn't
in The
realize
Running
that.
Man, it's 2019. So he is essentially, the movie starts off with an amazing helicopter shot.
The movie starts straight away.
Yes.
They
Yes, it does.
jump right into there is no finessing getting into this story.
It's, I mean, I would argue that the first 30 minutes of the movie really don't even really need to be there. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger is falsely accused of a crime. He wouldn't fire on innocent civilians.
He's like he's a helicopter pilot, a military man, and there's a big protest going on, and he is ordered to shoot the protesters. And in an effort to make sure he's a good guy, he's like, no, I will not shoot innocent women and children.
And the thing I do love about this
We'll
is
shoot innocent men, though.
Yeah.
Well,
because he is
unless
an
provoked.
innocent man.
This movie is very fugitive-like.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Here's my question, though. In this time that they're in, because
2017.
later on during the game show,
The Running Man.
people know
The
him,
Running Man.
the Running Man. People know him because he massacred all those people.
He's a
Correct.
butcher.
He's a butcher of
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Also known
my
as
question is,
Bob.
Sure. My question is, have there been other shootings like this?
I think
Because if the government, why would they want to hang this on him? Because it seemed to me that they do this sort of thing
a
all the
police
time.
or whatever military helicopter opened fire and killed these people. So they're killing the people to keep population control at bay, and they're blaming it on him. So we didn't do it.
And it's a way
crazy.
to get rid of him and send him to a prison
That's
camp.
fine, but are they doing this left and right?
Yes,
I think so.
And blaming it
Absolutely.
on other people?
Yes.
I think somewhat, yeah.
I mean, I would argue
I
that
didn't understand. I
everybody's
didn't get
innocent.
that.
I mean, they don't give you any reason to know that. We're hypothesizing that the government lies to us.
But I guess my question is, so it's not like every running man who's ever run
No.
the
No.
Running Man race.
No.
By the way,
has
he's
been
special.
framed.
He's
no,
been
he
the special
is unique.
distant.
Okay.
But I
He's
was
an innocent. He truly is an innocent man, and other people. But some of those other people are rebels,
So are probably
you know,
innocent,
or criminals.
But
to
why
the
did they
government.
need a special order to get him to compete in The Running Man? Like, we see Richard Dawson in a bravura performance.
Richard Dawson is good in this movie.
Straight up the best part of the
great.
movie.
Damon Killian.
Killian, who loves you, baby? And he is straight up just playing the host of Family Feud, but a little bit more evil. But he calls the president's agent, and he's like, "Get me the president's agent on the phone. We need to get this guy." But it would seem like he would be the perfect person to compete in The Running Man. When they're going through the database of who to compete, they show a baby. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
There's a baby that was considered.
Yeah, it was
It was a mugshot.
Babyface Marsh or something like that.
He was a baby.
The baby.
Oh, guys, I would love to see a baby compete in The Running Man.
But there was so basically the movie starts off. You see him not wanting to shoot on these people.
He looked great with a beard.
Oh, he looks great
I thought
with
he
a
looked
beard.
great
End
with
of
a
days.
He's a handsome
beard.
man.
Yeah.
He is a handsome man.
You forget that because he's such a bad actor.
Yeah, I know.
How
Wow.
handsome he is.
Wait, Paul, where does this fall in his filmography?
Well, I was going to say this is kind of where he is at his height.
Okay.
I would argue, like, because
this is post Terminator, because he's already doing I'll Be Back.
yeah, he quotes his own movie.
Right?
Why are you allowed to do that?
He says it multiple times.
At least twice.
And I didn't know you could do that.
I mean, I think it must have been in his contract or something that
It
he
must
felt
be.
like that's
I
his
gotta
brand.
say that
I gotta
now.
say it.
Yeah.
I say that in movies.
I push this through.
I wonder, and
People like that.
The nerds on the boards will tell us. I wonder if he said it in any other movies.
Oh, he said it in The Expendables. He says it all
now
the time.
I get it. Now, if he says it in The Expendables, I get it. Now
Right.
it is almost a nostalgia piece.
Yeah.
But in that moment, to do movies like present movies at that time and continue to use the same catchphrase.
I feel like this movie is the height of Schwarzenegger because he's smoking a cigar throughout it, and that
Yeah.
just
Yes.
that's just
Where
like
is he keeping them? By
Well,
the way?
Where did he get it?
in his butthole.
multiple
where-
cigars are
just
coming out
like
of his
Havana,
butt?
Just like-
man.
that's just like
Havana
where-
turds, right?
Where what's her name? Angela? Is that the
Amber.
Amber Valdez.
keeps the who is it?
file.
Maria Conchita Alonso?
Yes.
Yes.
She keeps the file in her vagina.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah. I
the,
didn't
the,
get
the
that.
digital audio
Yeah.
tape.
Well, there was a comedy scene that you missed.
Yeah.
What did he say?
where
Near the end
Arnold
of the
asked
movie. Oh,
Amber.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Missed that.
But all right, so the reason like when I think about the cigar too, it's like I feel like Schwarzenegger is in his director's chair, not not because he's directing, but just his director's chair, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'll just smoke this in the scene," and no one's saying no to him.
Yes.
and he's like, "I'm going to improvise this line." It just it just reeks of that. Like I'll do whatever I want.
Totally.
This is right. Just to give you an idea of where it is: Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Terminator, Red Sonja, Commando, Raw Deal, Predator, Running Man. So that's where he's at. So he's kind of
What's Raw Deal?
Oh, Raw Deal is like a more of a serious movie that he did, but still like, I mean, it was like
Pretty
Steven
sure-
Seagal doing Out for Justice. It's like
Got it.
a little bit more dramatic, but he's
it.
still blowing people
Pretty
away.
sure you
Did-
forgot Hercules in New York.
Yes, that was in the beginning. He's a small town sheriff that agrees to help an FBI infiltrate the Chicago Mafia.
Oh, of
That's
course.
Raw Deal.
So in Conan, did he also do kill puns, or is that only not period
No.
pieces that he does kill puns?
Well, this movie is really. This I would
this
argue
is
is
Dr.
not
Freeze.
even. Yeah, this
it's a
is.
height of kill
This
puns.
is crazy.
This movie is barely a movie. It's a game show and a
Wait a
badly.
minute. This movie is the original Hungy Games. This movie is
Hungy Games?
the original Hungy Games. This is literally like we watch gladiators fight for our pleasure on TV.
Yeah.
We put them in a controlled
For food, yeah.
environment, and they have to fight each other. They
Yeah.
have to fight these other people. But this is one, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the original Katniss Everdeen.
How dare
Right?
you. Fucking
And
dare you.
oh, how dare you?
dare you.
I would
How
argue-
dare
Do you know what she's fighting for? I mean,
Yes,
this is
District
not
12. Yes, I
Hunger
know what
Games.
she's
And
fighting for.
her sister, but I would argue that Schwarzenegger's fighting for his two good friends, Yaphet Kotto and the super nerd. that he's
Yaphet Kotto, top 5 character actors for me in life.
I still talk about his performance in Midnight Run. Midnight Run, Live and
Unbelievable.
Let Die, amazing.
Unbelievable.
Not used in this movie
At all. No.
I know.
all.
Is he wearing a wig? Is that a wig on
I don't
Yaphet
know what
Kotto?
the fuck
There's
that
a lot
means.
going on with his. He also, at some point, I think, is wearing a fake beard. Everybody in the prison camp, because here's the thing: there's a very abrupt helicopter scene in the beginning where he won't shoot the pedestrian,
Yes.
he won't shoot the innocents. Then they tackle him and take him away.
Oh,
Then
can I
there
just say
is a
one thing
very
about that helicopter
yeah.
scene? They're flying a helicopter, open-doored helicopter above Los Angeles. No one's wearing any sort of helmet.
No,
They're
no.
wearing baseball caps, and they're all talking in this, hey, so what's
Yeah.
going on there? No yelling. Like, he literally is hanging outside of the thing. He's like, you're screwed, man.
Yeah.
You're absolutely screwed.
There's tons of stuff like
emotion.
that.
no emotion, no
emotion.
volume.
Yep.
Only Frankenstein grunts.
It's like the bad version of that Hugh Jackman Logan ADR session. Like get in there, make some grunts, and he's like, ugh, ah, yeah. Like
That's pretty good.
Really great, Paul.
That is exactly what it is. Then there is a very also awkward and abrupt and truncated prison camp.
why do you need that scene?
Escape scene, which
To
you
show
don't
that
need.
he's strong,
Yes,
guys.
that's exactly what
He grabs a man by his balls.
Yeah, he does a lot.
twists it,
He does
looks
a
him in
lot
the
of
eye.
ball work in this because he also kills
Yes.
Chainsaw with a balls.
Yes.
I feel like balls.
That's the thing that I had trouble with. There's no character development for what's his name, Ben Rogers.
Ben Rogers, our friend.
Ben Richards.
Ben Richards. Sorry, of course, Ben Richards.
By the way,
There's
even
zero
the
character development. I mean, he has.
We can just call him male Katniss Everdeen if you want.
He's not, because this is what I'll say about Katniss. Like, she knows what her insecurities are, and she knows what her limitations are.
Sure,
and she
and
fights through it.
Yes, and she, of course, also has to choose between Peeta and Gale. She's got a lot going on.
I would argue.
Peeta all the way. Wow.
I don't
Team
agree.
Gale.
I don't agree with you about the Hunger Games thing, except for the romance, because I do believe that Ben and Amber. That was
guys,
fiery.
This is
This movie.
That sounds like The Bachelorette. Ben and Amber.
Ben and Amber.
If I have to watch another woman fall in love with her captor, I'm gonna blow my fucking brains out.
Wait.
I swear to God, this movie is like
Then we are in
rape
trouble.
culture. This is an insane film.
Something's gonna snap her neck. He's constantly holding her by the nape of her neck.
When they're together, he walks out with his hand around her neck.
Yeah.
It's completely insane.
Yes.
But she has snuck proof of his innocence into the game via her vagina. So that is consent, question mark?
She's already fucked his tape. She's already fucked the raw footage. So now...
Let me ask you this. He escapes prison. He shows up at what he thinks is his brother's apartment.
By the way, in the most suspicious costume of all time. He's walking around the city in a yellow hard hat, a Gold's Gym t-shirt.
That hard hat looks like it was plucked off like a bobblehead. It looks so small.
Well, he's just so big.
Okay, are you really saying that hard hat is like an actual hard hat?
Yes.
Wow.
And it is
looks
perched
miniature on his head.
atop his head like a jaunty cap.
That's insane.
That was his costume to blend in with people.
He is the most what every outfit he's wearing in this movie is the most unblendable.
Well, he
at
is
the airport.
Yes, that's the other one. He is impossible. The fact is, I mean, he's such an idiot. If you manage to escape the prison camp, just go to ground. Yeah, hide. Don't try and don't walk outside. Don't try and fly anywhere. Just go underground, because you are the most noticeable person in the world.
You would think that every eye would be looking out for this giant man with a German accent. He would be easy to spot. It's not like
he doesn't try and put on a voice. He doesn't dye his hair.
But what
maybe
if you
he was trying to put on a voice?
Yeah, maybe.
True. But what if you have a flair for fashion, and that's a part of who you are,
Yep.
right? And so you want to be seen in a flamboyant Hawaiian shirt.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, speaking of outfits, I wanted to direct a question to the both of you, Kulap and June. You guys, I know, are both like to work out, and you've done from kickboxing to Pilates. Do you wear an outfit?
Yeah, that's us. Go on.
Do you wear outfits like Maria Conchita Alonso in this, where she's just working out in a slip when she's working out a Chuck Norris gym,
like a Bowflex or what was that called?
Yeah.
The gym,
Total Gym,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a athletic teddy that I.
Oh my God.
A sports negligee.
Yes,
Here's
it
what's so
wicks. It
interesting
wicks my
about-
sweat.
But here's what's so
Ooh,
interesting
we need to
about
start
that
selling
choice.
sports negligees.
They could have put her in a sexy workout outfit.
By the way,
easily.
which there are plenty of in this movie. There's a million aerobic scenes
Although
in
I
this
have
movie.
to say, what I was reminded of watching this movie is there's a very unflattering
High cut. Yes.
And I've forgotten about that.
Oh,
and it's
never
so
forget.
80s. It's so high. It's absurdly high,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look good.
It doesn't. It
brought it back.
It's imperfect.
Yeah.
It was all over perfect. Remember the
That's
Jamie
right.
Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it is. I don't understand why.
It doesn't look good on a body.
It's basically like it cuts so high that it provides. It's basically like the legs up into the hips are revealed.
Right, and it's these women are beautiful. They have beautiful figures, and it's
I'm
amazing
listening.
to see. It's amazing to see a revealing cut look so terrible on a beautiful figure.
Yeah.
It's just something to see. It's
I
something
feel
to
like
see.
though this is how men feel about high-waisted jeans. I feel
On
like
women?
Yes, I feel like high-waisted jeans on women. I cannot crack.
Well, 'cause
and women
here's
are
the
like
thing.
it's the.
It looks great, and I'm going to tell you why.
I've had this
I'm gonna
conversation
tell
many
you why.
times.
Yeah.
Please.
The difference is a high-waisted jean actually cuts at the waist.
At the waist, yes,
so
I get it.
you can see a woman's hips, which are like the curves that you would want to
Correct.
see.
I
unless
think
you're
that's
some fucking weirdo.
Listen, this is what I like in a woman. Ooh, lustrous hair, these big old boobs.
Ooh,
you know what I want to see?
yeah.
Gross hips.
Take your hips
I
and
don't
put them
wanna-
where the
I
sun
think-
don't
rid of 'em.
shine.
I think the
Get a
high-waisted jean is a great
hipodectomy.
look. I think it's a great look.
Yeah.
Look, it's not for everyone, but this cut, this bikini cut, is just
It's
and
wild.
It's all
Yeah.
over this movie,
and
I
it's
couldn't
nude
understand
tights
it.
underneath.
Yeah.
Which is also strange.
Yeah,
The beauty of the times. Those dancers choreographed by Paula Abdul.
Yeah, Paula Abdul getting in there, showing off some stuff. By the way, I would argue the only Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie to have a 3-minute dance sequence in it. Like, yeah.
Oh, and also my absolute favorite part of this movie is the modern dance tribute to the fallen.
Yes.
The fallen combatants.
I
Sub-Zero.
actually have the eulogy just to.
It is. They basically when Schwarzenegger has killed almost all of the people who've come in to try and kill him.
Sub-Zero,
he's killed them.
chainsaw.
Yes, exactly. Burning Man, whatever
Yeah.
his name is.
Yeah.
Flame guy.
Flame guy.
Dynamo.
All of them. He's killed all of them. They then cut to, on the TV show that Richard Dawson is hosting, a like Twyla Tharp-esque modern dance tribute to the fallen combatants.
Oh, this is what plays under it. Here we go.
Sub-Zero, Fireball, and Buzzsaw.
And there's sad
Say their names with reverent pride. They punished crime and served the law. As patriots, they died.
This
It's
to me-
awesome.
This to me was one of my favorite parts. When these stalkers, is what they're called, get killed, the genuine disappointment of the fans is so kind of great to watch.
yeah.
They're crushed. They're
But which-
emotionally drained by the.
But the fans, who are both a studio audience and also you see that everybody in the world is watching it, much like Hunger Games.
Yes.
Is like they're so wrapped and so wrapped up in, like Richard Dawson keeps going to members of the audience because it's also a game show,
Yes.
sort of.
It's a live event, and he's
Yeah.
giving out Running Man the board game to people. It's like,
How would
which
you
by the way,
play Running
get
Man
it?
the board game?
I want Running Man the board game because there's no purpose. It's just to get
I
through.
wonder if they made it. I wonder if they
Oh my
actually
God.
made Running Man the board
Well,
game.
we had that amazing fan who made a face-off board game for us that
that's
actually
great.
works. It's amazing.
It's like that's the part of it that I loved, which is Richard Dawson, so charismatic, so wonderful, and he just keeps going to the audience and he's like kissing the old ladies and everybody's so excited, and what they're excited for is murder.
Yeah.
Yes.
What they're excited for is who's going to die next, and they keep cutting to the people betting. They keep
And I
cutting
have to
to.
say, those audience members, I mean, were amazing.
Yeah,
Every old woman who
yeah.
was interviewed for board games, I mean, one was better than the next. It
Yep.
was like they were just killing it. They
Yeah.
were so good.
I loved it. I loved it.
loved them.
I thought it was. I remember. I think I might have read this short story too.
the Richard Bachman.
Yeah,
It's
I
not even
think
a Stephen
so.
King. The ending of, we could talk about it at the end, but there's the ending of the Richard Bachman book, which is very different than the ending of this movie. But yes, it was based on a Stephen King short that I guess has some similarities, but this kind of, I think, really watered it down. And according to Schwarzenegger, took out the themes.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Got to get rid of those themes.
Yeah, well, Schwarzenegger wanted the themes. He was very upset with the director on this movie, which he's spoken out numerous times because the director is Starsky from Starsky and Hutch, and he felt like it was directed very much like a TV show, and it didn't capture the grandiosity.
I'm sure he appreciates being referred to as Starsky from Starsky.
Sorry, he's a very successful TV director, but I do find that there is something oddly small about this movie. Even the future doesn't
Very much
no.
so.
It was nothing. Nothing seemed to.
When they were going down that tunnel, I was like, okay, we're about to
see some shit.
Yeah, I wonder where we'll arrive. And there was just nothing. There
Dark.
Was no scope
Like
to it.
Escape from
alleys.
LA. Escape from LA did a better job of building to me this was a combination of Escape from LA and Hungy Games. And that's exactly what it was. Because Escape from LA had that kind of dystopian catastrophic events have happened because that's what's happened here as well.
But yet when
there
Richard
was a big
Dawson pulls into
earthquake
that thing, it's fine. It looks like there's parts of LA that work. Parts, yeah.
But then there's parts where the game is played, which is like where the earthquake happened and shit went bad. And
got it.
and
the quadrant.
Yes, exactly.
One of the quadrants.
Is that what happened? There was an earthquake?
Well, there's a lot of text at the top of the movie. Again, I would argue that sometimes when you watch these movies, the text is coming in so fast at the top that you don't really have time to kind of.
I loved the font.
Oh, the font.
Yes.
This movie for me was pure nostalgia. It hit me exactly right. Wow. So much so that when the TriStar logo came up at the beginning, I got excited.
Oh, I love that TriStar logo.
That is I miss that logo.
Yep.
This is what it says. 2017, the world economy has collapsed. Food, natural resources, and oil are in short supply. A police state divided into paramilitary zones rules with an iron hand. And then
But why did this happen?
Television is controlled by the state, and a sadistic game show called The Running Man has become the most popular program in history. All art, music, and communications are censored. No dissent is tolerated. And yet a small resistance movement has managed to survive the underground. When high-tech gladiators are not enough to suppress the people's yearning for freedom, check it out, more direct methods become necessary.
Oh.
Boom. But we don't.
The resistance that shows up twice.
Yeah,
I know, where
and
were
is
they?
and led by Mick Fleetwood
Yes.
from Fleetwood Mac.
And
Wasn't
also,
that
but why-
amazing?
Yeah.
And Dweezil Zappa.
And
Why
Dweezil
didn't
Zappa.
Arnold initially join the resistance?
Because he's a military man.
But who cares? But if he really believes in...
I don't think he believes in that yet. I think in the beginning of the movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger is like a good soldier. He's fighting in the military, blah, blah, blah. But when he's told to kill innocents, it just follows orders until he's told to kill innocents. And then he's like, I won't do that. Then they arrest him, send him to prison camp. He escapes prison camp and then finds Mick Fleetwood in the resistance. And the resistance is like, we don't trust you either because we think you're one of the military guys.
Because he doesn't even do any attempt to say, I was framed.
Yes.
He,
No.
He never says it.
He never says it.
He's just like, I'm getting out of here.
I'm going to go see my brother.
And where is his brother?
By the way,
I was
brother
hoping
never
for that brother.
materializes.
Yeah, I think the brother maybe has been killed, right? Because
I thought for sure the brother was going to be one of the stalkers at the end. Never happened.
they can't find anyone to be realistically Schwarzenegger's brother unless it was Danny DeVito. Then it would have been amazing.
I would have believed they could have cast.
What if Danny DeVito was that guy in the light suit, Kablamo or whatever his name was?
That Dynamo, that character is absolutely
I didn't
magic.
Like him.
He is like
operatic racist.
I did not like seeing him in his undies.
He's so big and is covered in like Christmas lights.
Yes.
With a clear acrylic mohawk. And he sings opera and shoots electricity. What the fuck
and
is
he
going
drives,
on?
he's
drives
a
a
rapist.
Mario Kart around.
He's the only character that like it feels like an SNL character is like, I think we went too big on that one.
Yeah.
I think we should pull that one
Because
back.
here's the thing. I'm 100% on board for big guy with a chainsaw.
Yep.
I'm 100% on board with big guy with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
So those are very
Hockey
practical.
stick, hockey stick with a knife? Sure,
Asian guy in a hockey stick.
yeah.
Sub-Zero.
So that whole thing, like
And
the
I couldn't
quadrant of
believe
the
there was
ice
no
rink.
female stalker.
There is no?
There was
No.
no female network stalker.
June, this is a reboot that I feel like we could do.
Lady Running Man.
By the way, just want to
Also known as Hungy Games.
also Lady Bloodsport was there too, so this is a real trend. Can I just talk about
Lady Bloodsport, we realized, is an
is a
actual
real
movie.
thing? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Sub-Zero, just so you know, was played by Professor Toru Tanaka.
Tanaka.
So he is a professor. When I saw the credits roll up, I was like, professor?
Well, he is a wrestler.
Okay.
That went by Professor Tanaka.
Okay, so
like
he's
a
not an
WWE.
accredited. Okay.
Yeah, and he's actually not even Japanese, but at the time, like wrestling, they're like, people get Japanese. That's a hotter thing than being almost full-blooded
Really?
Hawaiian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I got thrown by that because I'm like, okay, here. And then they said that when they introduced Sub-Zero, they're like, yeah, he slices the contestants like sushi.
Sushi, yeah.
So I didn't understand, like, okay, I'm
Why
not.
is he playing hockey?
And then
though?
it was hockey,
Yeah.
and then I was like, what's
So wait,
happening?
but you sound confused by this. What? Why?
he shoots the nerdy guy into a net that closes up like an insect,
Clam.
like
Yeah.
the clam, and then
And that's
pretty
it.
easy to get out of.
he has exploding hockey pucks, kind of like what Don Rickles used to use at his shows.
But I also couldn't figure out, like, if you get trapped in the net, doesn't it make you harder to kill with the hockey stick?
Well, I think then he would just like poke at you.
That doesn't seem very exciting. You know, like I feel like
Yeah.
that whole.
I would
that's
like
what-
to go in that net if he was coming after me.
That seems like a
lock me up.
refuge.
But at
Yeah.
that point, you're bait.
Can I
Which is
just
what
like to me, I would
Sub-Zero
even,
used him as.
I would
Yeah, I
argue,
guess so.
has anyone even gotten past the first round? This is the most popular show on TV. It
Yeah.
seems to me like these people are like they're champions. So Sub-Zero, people love Sub-Zero. So if they love Sub-Zero, that means that no one's gotten past him because he's alive. And so how could you
Well, I'm
how
just-
could you like
yeah, that's a good
love
question. I
someone
wonder if you can-
they're being killed?
I wonder if you can get past a level.
Oh, okay.
Like American
Like-
Gladiator.
Like you beat a boss, you beat a boss, but you don't kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
if you can escape Sub-Zero, that means you get to the
That
next
might be
level.
right, but it seemed like they were only asking the contestants to bring out a new stalker when one was killed.
Right, but they also said no stalker has ever been killed. Richard Dawson
So-
says that.
So, but that those two guys won. I guess
Those three,
that was the
yeah.
that was the rule, and then they were women runners, right? Those
No.
two women. I thought there was two women on the side of that. Oh, it was just they were like people they were having sex with in Hawaii.
yeah.
Oh,
As
cool.
winners.
Yeah, as in, they, I think the idea was that they ran through.
You know they
4
didn't really go
quadrants.
to Hawaii, right?
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, but as an
Okay,
audience
okay.
member, they think that they went to Hawaii.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
By the way, great job on Maria Conchito Alonso identifying burnt corpses.
No, via dog tags.
Oh, okay, all right, all
Which
right.
I was
She
like,
looked at
it
their dog
took me
tags.
a while to understand who they were.
When she said their names, I didn't know what those names referred to.
yeah, and I was
like,
like,
who cares?
Were the guys in the helicopter
Yeah,
with Arnie? I don't.
this doesn't add up. She also, one of my favorite scenes that I rewound and watched again is when she and the computer nerd guy go running into the tunnels in search of computer nerd stuff.
Yeah.
His name is Wise. She says his name 7 times in 6 sentences. Every sentence she says, Wise, where are we going? Wise, we got to get out of here. What are you doing, Wise? It is so, it's such a
She's
weird
insane.
verbal
By
tick.
the way, though, we haven't even talked about the scene between her and her coworker.
Oh, yeah.
When Arnold walks
my
by,
God.
that was unbelievable.
Yes.
They're
Getting a soda. All right, let's set the scene.
And she works in the TV studio, or
because
she
she
visiting?
composed
Oh, she
Yes.
the
composed it?
jingle.
She's a musician.
So she's like, I'm gonna come see the person who kidnapped me.
Yeah.
Die.
And
Right.
by the way, a skill, like she offers no skill to this movie. Like there's no skill set that she draw. I mean, I thought maybe she was going to sing a song or.
Well, she pointed out that's my synthesizer setup.
What if she played music like Soothe the Savage Beast? You know, like at one point,
Yeah.
like that's how she like
Or what I
Sub-Zero's like, oh, sleepy.
Well, her whole thing is she has to like memorize numbers, and I was like, maybe she's gonna turn it into a song so she can remember it or something. Nope.
Nope, this composer has full access
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
the backstage of this game show.
So she's headed back there, and a coworker comes up to her as Arnold is walking by, and tells her that he might have killed her and might have raped her, and says it about 1 million times that he was almost going to rape her
Yeah.
and could have raped
and
her.
does it
Hey, she said-
scared and turned on.
yes.
And
How
she
she
does
says
it
it.
in different orders.
Yes.
She says he could have raped you and killed you. Or killed you and then raped you. I was
I
saying
like
it,
that.
But saying it like sexy, like the
Yeah.
idea of being raped after you're killed is kind of also hot.
Yeah.
Like, and that was like, oh, like what?
Yeah.
Let's go
It's
into
really
her.
disturbing. And then she looks at Arnold, and he looks no different from when she saw him when he was, tying her up in her apartment, and just, I guess, decides that he's innocent.
Yeah, because he didn't
Off of
kill,
what?
rape me.
Right, he didn't do
the
it.
fact that he did not kill me, then rape me.
He just threatened me to,
Right.
just threatened
No,
to break
that's-
my neck like a
That's
chicken.
not right.
neck.
There was no, that's actually not right, because the reason she thinks that's not right, there's something is shown about him that she knows to be a lie because she was there. I can't remember exactly what it is.
That from the airport, after the airport scene, that he killed like a guard in cold blood, but that never happened.
That didn't happen.
Right.
Yes.
And she knows it didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
So then she's like, I have to go. And she tells her friend, I have to go. And then she
here's
goes
what she does know.
and checks
is
the
that
data
he
records.
tied her up.
Yes.
In her bedroom.
To an exercise machine.
To an exercise machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is thoughtful.
And then
Spread
beat
eagle.
her against her will.
Spread eagle. He ties her up spread eagle.
Yes, with her teddy on.
Yeah. Her athletic teddy.
Athletic Teddy.
Yeah.
That's Teddy.
Workout teddies, which we are actually selling now in our own store. Workout
How did
teddies.
this get made store? You can get a
those are
Where Does
things
the
that
Butt
she
Start
knows are-
athletic teddy.
She knows that that's true and that happened and
Yes.
that he was pretty violent and abusive toward her. I mean, it was truly, it was irresponsible. And Jason, I know it's one of your favorite movies.
It is.
It was.
Not only is it part of not only is it the best movie that's ever been made for me.
Even say it.
For me, it's also like it's how I learned about male-female relationships.
Oh my God.
I am still single.
Well, because here's the thing. Here's the problem I had with the Ath Teddy is that if she had been in like a very sexy workout outfit, she still would have been, if they clearly wanted this scene, she still would have been like the classic victim, alone, vulnerable, in a sexy outfit.
Sure.
But they had to go even further than that and put her inexplicably in a teddy.
Yeah.
It's hot. Guys are going to go crazy.
Again,
Guys are going to go
athletic
crazy when they
teddy.
see her
Insane.
in that sexy teddy. This movie,
Oh, you're not going to believe this. You'd think wardrobe. You're showing me athletic here. No. She's at home working out, so that means she's wearing a teddy or a negligee or something like see-through.
Because we see her, she takes off her work outfit, she takes off her shoes, well, she takes off, and then into that to work out. Yes, and then the first thing he does is smashes, like, puts his big old palm on her face.
The only way I can wrap my mind around it is, like, she does seem like she's pretty rushed walking into that apartment. Like, do you think maybe she has a workout window that's like...
She's like, I gotta get this.
Gotta get it done.
If it doesn't happen
gotta
by
get it done.
6:30, like,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
So maybe she didn't. So that's interesting. Maybe she didn't have time to put on workout clothes.
Yeah,
she
she
just
just
took
stripped
off the top
and then
layer
started
working out.
By the way, when you see Jesse Ventura's show on TV, you
Yeah.
got to make time to work out. By the way, Jesse Ventura is in this movie. Governor
So good.
Jesse Ventura in a great role here. Clearly, the success of Predator, him and Schwarzenegger are dynamic together. So let's bring him back.
Wait, are all of them in Predator together?
No, that's Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
This is Jim
but
Brown.
it is Jesse Ventura,
Jesse
right?
Ventura, yeah.
Okay.
And Richard Dawson did play the Predator, but that's the only two connections. Whatchamacallit?
Captain Freedom.
Captain Freedom.
Freedom.
And
Oh, yeah.
I want to play his workout thing because it's kind of perfect. Here we go. This is what she's working out to.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready for Captain Freedom's workout.
Yes, it's America's own Captain Freedom. 10-time national champion, the greatest stalker to ever play the game. All right, now, all you runners, ready, get set, go!
So she was running home to watch a show. But by the way, is he even hearing that 10-time national
think that-
champion of what?
Of Running Man, I think.
Wait, so he competed in it?
Well,
He was the
a
stalker.
stalker.
Right. So, but how does the
How can you be a champion?
Yeah, it's like saying Steve Harvey is the,
No, you're
the
right,
10-time
you're right.
winner of Family Feud. He's the host of it.
That's
he
a good
can't.
point.
Yeah.
They
I don't
didn't
know.
ask Arnie to become a stalker, so maybe all those people were contestants
Interesting.
before they
Kulap.
became
Maybe
stalkers.
they had all been running men.
Oh, who kind of?
And kept going through it, maybe?
I don't think so, only because maybe.
but he's
I don't
Captain
think
America.
anybody's ever won Running Man.
Right, that's the big thing.
So then,
But
what?
Schwarzenegger wouldn't have
Maybe
won
there's-
either, though, because they would have taken him out mid-game.
Here's what I would
Right,
guess.
So it's
maybe
a side thing.
But no stalkers have been killed. So
I would guess that they are trading on people knowing him as a wrestler, and there's my presumption
Got it.
would be there's some sort of wrestling analog in this world, like he's like a gladiator, because he even when he fights at the end,
Yeah.
it's in a wrestling ring.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
There's something interesting. I mean, by the way, I just say watch this movie for no other reason than putting him in a tight blue jacket, making him stare at TV screens that we never see. Like,
and memorize tons of dialogue.
Wait, maybe he killed 10 people, and that accounts for you being a champion.
That
as
may be
a
right.
Oh, maybe.
I buy that.
Maybe.
That doesn't seem like very many for
to be a champion.
it
I mean,
doesn't seem
the show's on every night.
No, I don't think so
Oh.
because I think it's like a sweep kind of thing because it's like the Bachelor. It's like there's a season of it, even though it's one night because they're like we got to find somebody. And it seemed like they were trying to find their next great running man.
Is there another show called Fear Lake?
I wrote down a couple of shows. There was a show called Hate Boat and a show
Hate Boat,
called
that's what I was thinking.
Confession. And then the show that I really loved
And then
was
there's Running Man in Paradise.
Climbing for Dollars.
Climbing for Dollars.
Where the dogs are just wild dogs are like nipping at your heels. I thought I want to see what Hate Boat is.
Hate Boat.
I missed Hate Boat completely.
Guys,
There's just a
Hate Boat was
poster
just a
for
poster.
Hate Boat
Oh, okay.
Okay.
in the background.
Hate Boat. I love that.
What could Hate Boat been? Like you put a bunch of people who are going to just fight? Like it's like an analog of the Love Boat? I mean...
I bet it was. I bet that was what the joke was.
By the way, just to get back to the puns.
Oh,
Can we talk about the worst pun I'm going to play it for you. The worst pun ever, I think, in punning.
Hey, Killian! Here is Sub-Zero! Now, Plane Zero!
What? Here is Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero.
And I don't think Arnie knows what he's saying.
No.
Like, there's no connection to the words.
Yeah.
He's not, like, even
Well,
underlining things.
it's almost like he's learned them phonetically. You know, like it's nonsense.
That makes
Here's
no...
Sub-Zero.
Now just
Plane.
No, now
Plane.
he's just a zero. He's.
But then that should have been the thing then.
Yeah.
Here's Sub-Zero, now he's
just
a zero.
By the way, I think
he's
that
just a Plane
may have
Zero.
been the line, and like what they got was
We
Plane
can't correct him. We got
Zero.
one take on this, and
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
that's what we're gonna use.
Because Plane Zero makes it like now, like here's Sub-Zero, now he's just a zero. That at least there's,
Yeah.
I don't know,
I think
but
that's the intention of it, but it's clunky.
it's
at
real
best.
Plane Zero, and then like everything is a kill.
I would like you to do the next mini episode in a Schwarzenegger voice the entire time.
Please.
It's very good.
There's so much to continue to talk about. I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've had a couple of these. Amazing. What's Richard Dawson's first name?
Damon.
Damon?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot
They're-
like Demon. Get
Yeah.
it?
They
Oh, wow.
they have
I think
another.
That's
they
the
have,
themes that were
No,
kind of
that's
hidden.
great.
Themes.
They've got one of these scenes where the phone is ringing and his assistant picks it up, doesn't say hello, listens for a half a second, hands it to him and goes, Damon, it's for you. It's the Attorney General. She doesn't say hello. Okay. Well, he's right here. She doesn't say anything. She picks it up and hands it to him. Damon, it's for you. It's the Attorney General. I was like, why did they let this happen? Just nobody does that. Just say hello. Okay. Damon, it's for you. It's the Attorney General. Nobody picks up a phone and is passively silent. Nobody picks up a phone and only listens.
What if someone was calling and just heard the line pick up and
Yeah.
just said, it's the Attorney General?
Yes.
Then she could just say, Damon, it's for you. It's the
Right,
Attorney
but
General.
how often do you call and when you hear the phone
Yeah.
pick up, just start talking? You get no recognition
Give me
from the
Damon.
other side.
It's the Attorney General.
Nobody says hello, and nobody said, can I help? Nobody said Damon's line. Nobody says
Yeah.
anything. You just hear click, and you're like, I'm going to start talking now. I guess I'm
you're right,
hoping
Jason.
somebody's there.
I hope I got the right person because we're going for it. You know what I thought was so kind of interesting? I don't know if you guys got this too, but Richard Dawson obviously is like the biggest TV star, and like when he goes to work on a normal day, there's fans out there. This is just an office day for him, and they're cheering him on. And it's like you think, oh, I like this guy so much. Then he goes inside, and this mop guy just kind of subtly bumps into him, and he's like real nice to him. And then the minute he gets away, he's like, kill that guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's like, that was a really good sign for me to be like, oh, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
That's
get,
how you
I was
knew.
like,
That's
that
how you
was
knew.
like cool, like
He's like-
subtle, like that's like kind of like layering cool
Yeah.
stuff to be like, What?
Not exactly what you think.
Yeah, not what you think at all.
I will say he's a great villain. He's a great villain, and it is a very good, like, villainous satire of TV executives in the TV industry, guys. I don't know. I mean, here we are in Hollywood, California.
Oh,
This
my God.
movie
Is it so different? Is it so different?
I'm going to spot Jason on a soapbox. Don't mind me.
Finally, a movie that tells it like it is. We are living in the Running Man
The
world.
Running Man is now. We are the Running Man. Hungy Games.
It's happening, people. You're in it. I'll throw out some people to you. Who would have been a better Running Man? Because these are the people that were considered. Don Johnson.
Great.
Dolph Lundgren.
Awesome.
Dolph Lundgren would have been.
I would have liked.
That's an equal.
I would have liked Dolph Lundgren in the movie with Arnold. Like, I would have liked Dolph Lundgren as his brother.
Well, like right now, like if they remade this movie, you would have like it would be like three people.
Rock.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve.
Interesting.
And
that would have
Patrick
been cool.
Swayze. And I feel like the Christopher Reeve, Patrick Swayze is
Swayze all the way.
I think
Guys,
there's
did you hear me say Swayze all the way?
That's really good.
I just didn't want it to get lost. Swayze all the way.
By the way, but that makes me feel like Don Johnson, Christopher Reeve, and Patrick Swayze me go, that's an interesting movie to me because they are guys that are not, even though like Patrick Swayze does all the Kung Fu and Roadhouse, you're not predicting that. Like Schwarzenegger, it's like, yeah, he's
an unstoppable machine.
Monster. Like he's beating
the
up an
Terminator.
alien, he's a Terminator, he's a Predator. But like seeing like Patrick Swayze, you would feel like, oh, will he make it? Like he's a normal guy. Like, will he do it?
I'm going to ask a question about Arnold. I don't know because I feel like I've seen a couple movies with him now, and I'm like looking at him, and is the appeal just that he's big? Because I don't see any skill behind it.
Interesting. Well, no,
I
you're
saw
right.
him.
No, you're right.
Running. I see him picking up cars, but obviously he's not really doing
It is
that.
brute strength.
So,
It is
yes.
brute strength. He does not have like combat skills. He does not have like, he's not like a.
there's no fight scenes.
Like
As a matter
at
of
the
fact,
time, it was like Chuck Norris did all the kind of karate kind of stuff, and then Stallone and Schwarzenegger just like basically killed people with guns.
and then the new breed was like Seagal in that time.
Yes,
who, like,
yes, that's
But
true too.
Stallone fought, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, in Rocky.
In
like,
Rocky,
he had
yeah,
that-
like,
that's
that was
true.
a
Yes,
huge
that's a
skill.
skill. Yes.
But like, yeah, it's like
Because
Schwarzenegger
Schwarzenegger was just a
lumbers.
bodybuilder.
Like he
Yes.
literally
You know.
lumbers along. And when he's looking for Maria Conchita Alonso, like there's I you know, because obviously it's a podcast, you can't
Wait,
see it.
this
but
is a podcast?
well, I mean, the cameras are here for other things, but he
What
like
other things?
he lumbers. Like it's
Yeah.
like he's
No, yeah.
he's
There's a
going-
great scene where Maria Conchita Alonso is trapped by flamethrower guy in a room, and Schwarzenegger comes from the rafters, reaches down from above in the rafters, and I'm like, how did he get himself up there?
Yeah, it's like a
There's no way
Yeah.
he's able to get his weight up into the rafters.
And he shows no like he has no cat-like skills.
He's
like,
not nimble
By
at
the
all.
way, for a running man, like seeing him run, he looks, like you said, lumbering. He looks slow.
Yes.
There's nothing about
It's not
him
graceful.
other than his size that I...
Well, it was
And
funny.
doesn't he run just once in the airport away from the?
No,
Yeah.
he
No,
also
he runs from
runs.
prison.
Yeah, and he also. And he also runs in the game. And that jumpsuit is also not doing him any
No.
favors.
It's not doing anyone.
No,
The
it's
yellow
not doing
spandex, not a fan. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. But he's also, there's a button, like when he's like trying to run and jump and dive away from Chainsaw Motorcycle,
right.
there's a bunch of clumsy movement there
my
as
gosh.
Well, I mean, again, to go to the directing of it, there's moments where, like, when they're breaking out of the prison, they keep on cutting to these guards shooting.
Yeah.
And it looks like, oh, are they above? It's like, no, they're also around.
Yeah.
They're not shooting our main character. Like, it's weird. Like, a lot of the action is shot or given to us in a way where you're like, oh, I guess
The
I'm
geography
piecing-
is very confusing all the time.
This is the
But
fourth.
by the way, I really just want to reiterate, this movie would be immeasurably better with Patrick Swayze.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to have seen
yeah,
this movie.
it would have been great.
Well, because you would see some humanity to it.
Yeah.
And I think, and some desperation, whereas you never doubt that Schwarzenegger is going to save the day. He,
No.
in the first scene, is lifting a man up by his balls,
Yeah.
twisting it. And he has no sympathy even when he's in like with the resistance. Like, guys, look, I'm innocent. Like I did this thing. Like,
it's also interesting to have a movie where they don't even attempt to give him a family member. I mean, I guess his brother. But any sort of connection.
No. Well, in the
he
book,
might be fighting for.
It was his wife and child.
Well, that's
so that was
something.
like, why not keep that? But I think they wanted to keep the sexual flames alive with Maria Conchita Alonso.
But there's no connection between them either.
Of course, I know that. 4 directors brought onto this movie, right? The first one was the director of Rambo Part 2. But they fired him because he wanted to put the entire movie in a shopping mall. Like he thought The Running Man should take place in a shopping mall. Interesting.
That's very 80s.
And then
that is very 80s.
Yeah,
and then the final guy, before they went to this director, the final guy was Andrew Davis, who made the Chuck Norris movie Code of Silence. The movie went into production, and within the first 8 days of filming, he went $8 million over budget. $8 million in the first 8 days.
Was any of that used?
Yes. I'm sure. Like, I mean, it was just
set?
what? Yeah.
I mean, what?
Like, I mean,
Jumpsuits.
and this is a movie that was budgeted at $27 million. Wow. So that's a lot. A lot.
Holy shit.
That explains why
A lot
some
of
of
bloody
it.
teddies.
That's what that does explain why a lot of it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Because they were probably over.
And then the other thing, I mean, even that final fight between I'm blanking his name right now, the wrestler
Jesse Ventura
and him, like
Captain Freedom.
They're in like a ring with like just bright lights. It's all like to
So
distract
bad.
you from
Nothing
that.
to it.
It's like they're in the nowhere place from like Get Out. It's like it's so there's nothing there. It's just
and
dark.
Jesse insists that he wouldn't get killed. Like, and then he's just gone after he kills like the fake stunt people.
And they put Jesse in like some sort of plastic like
What was that
gladiator
thing?
outfit. I'm not gonna wear this.
Which I liked. I felt like that was like a little bit of like a nod to like how ridiculous the whole endeavor was. And but I also loved that they kept coming. Every time Schwarzenegger would kill a stalker, you would cut into the backstage at the place, and they'd be like, Captain Freedom, report to wardrobe. Captain Freedom, report to wardrobe. Like, it was just like, I liked that cutting between like these crazy action sequences and like just TV production studio for a murder show.
Just thinking about the show too, the credits roll during one part of the thing, and so these are the credits. Thank you to Tim, George, Gary, Paul, Rob, Keith, you, me, us, and them. Then the next title is What Next? I don't know. Then titles are attributed to Type M Wrong, Makeup, Paint Your Face, Props, Property, Locations, Buy Too Long Here, Art Director, Red G Blue, and Primary Colors, and music by Do Re Mi.
Wow.
That was the little Easter egg for all the people watching at home.
Did anybody else notice that when Arnold was fighting, what was his name, Chainsaw or Buzzsaw? Buzzsaw, that there were a gazillion reaction shots of Arnold watching the chainsaw.
Yeah.
And staring at it and trying to figure it out, as though he had just never seen one. When Buzzsaw cuts the piece of wood he tries to fight him with, Arnold stares at that wood that's been broken in half for a long, long time.
As if to say, wasn't this longer?
A mere second ago, that guy walked by. This was longer.
What's
He's
up?
gone, and this has been split in half.
Yeah.
What's up? These things happen.
This is reminding me of that kill. So Arnie takes the guy's balls, takes a buzzsaw, flips it around.
I didn't watch it.
And he kills him.
No.
But when the man is split in that way, he as he dies, he sings at a soprano.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
With testicles.
Right, but with a chainsaw splitting it.
Yeah.
You go, and go down.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what would happen.
By the way, isn't that other guy, I keep on forgetting his name.
Dynamo.
Dynamo, sorry, thank you, Kulap. Dynamo, isn't the electricity plugged into his dick too? Because then she like unplugged the electricity from his dick?
She says he has a battery up his ass?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
And then he attempts to rape
Dynamo... Dynamo
He's an
and
electric man. He doesn't even know anymore.
Dynamo and flamethrower guy. Everybody has such obvious vulnerabilities.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Pulling the
Throw
gas
water
tube
on
out.
him.
Like literally throw water on
him.
Dynamo and he electrocutes. That's it. Like he's not that good a competitor because there is true weakness built into his suit. And that's
No, but his voice, though.
beautiful.
Beautiful
Gorgeous
voice.
tenor.
Honestly, the voice of an angel.
I do want to play this death scene from Yafakoto, which I think is like a
Okay,
great. Like this
yes.
is, and then we can get into
I'm
second.
going somewhere, but not with you. Buzza took care of my traveling arrangements. The underground has a broadcast center in Quadrant 4. Take her on the call to me. Don't let us die for nothing. Listen, we're counting on you. Don't let us down. I don't want to be the only asshole in heaven.
That, by the way, that's almost like four. Like
It drags on so long.
It's like-
Longer than
there's-
expected.
There's a bunch of
Longer than
repetition
expected.
as well.
yeah. Like you want him to die after each one of them.
Yeah.
It was like, we'll get 4 alts on this. We'll
Yeah.
use it. We'll pick it in editing. It's like they just used all the alts.
And did not deserve, like, he doesn't deserve that death line of, I don't want to be the only asshole in heaven. We
loved
don't
it.
know who you are.
Who are you?
Who
You're wrong.
are you?
One line
You're
before
wrong.
this.
I love
And by the way, at this point, he still thinks that Schwarzenegger massacred all those people.
Yeah.
Like there's no.
He has no otherwise.
Like he has no other. Like
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Like but
That makes him an asshole. I get it.
But Schwarzenegger would be going to hell. He killed like there's like he should maybe be going to heaven, but he doesn't know anything about Schwarzenegger. Like,
Yeah. I still thought it was great.
and then when Richard Dawson dies, it's like someone just gave up. Like, so they have this confrontation. Richard Dawson's like, I do it for TV. People love TV. And then he throws him in the tunnel vehicle. And instead of like, and I was like, oh, that's going to be cool. They're going to throw him into like the middle of downtown LA and the crowds are going to kill him, like rip him apart. Nope. He flies out at such a speed that he flies through his own billboard and then explodes.
Yeah.
Did he do something to make it propel more?
I
had a
thought
good
that
question
too. I
about
don't
that.
know.
When they were going down that tunnel, it looked like they were going so fast. And then they just sort of stopped
Like
at
with
a
like
net
a
and
like a
pushed
Home
back a
Depot
tiny
net.
bit.
Like a
Yeah,
And
like
by
a
the
little
way-
hockey net.
And there was like mirrors in that tunnel, which was weird. Like the mirrors that you put when your driveway is in a position where you can't see the street, so you need to like reference the mirror to see what's coming around. But I was like, why would you ever need mirrors in this tunnel system? It's just bullets being shot down there. Tunnels were big in the 80s too. Like Goonies had a tunnel.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back had tunnels. Like people want to go down tunnels.
Oh, everybody was super into tunnels. It's also very sexual imagery.
They're being birthed. They're being birthed into the game. Obviously, we had opinions about this movie. There are people out there that had a different opinion. It is now time for Second Opinions.
Hey Paul, Jason, and June. It's been a real pleasure just to have us all together, and I know I'm gonna hear from you soon for another HGTGM. But until then, let's see what other people know of, how other people feel about what other people research, what other people think of this movie. It's time for a second opinion. Second opinions, oh, you know we couldn't make these up. How about them second opinions? 5 stars, 2 thumbs, fuck yeah. When you think Congo's a masterpiece, or Nick Cage makes Con Air complete, when ducted are a necessary component to Howard's journey, baby, buckle up, cause you know it's time for a second opinion.
That was Stoner Collective with their Second Opinion theme. Very beautiful song there. Let's get into it. This is by Philly LS1. This movie is made for guys. Back when you could make movies for guys. 5 stars.
You know what? Thank God, because guys need movies.
Yeah, guys aren't getting movies anymore. They're getting these Hungy Games. They're not getting, I would like to see Arnold Schwarzenegger in Hunger Games. Like just same dialogue, same everything.
Is he like a hill that they have to go over? Or
This is by Joseph D. Maroon. He writes, if I could rate this movie a 10 out of 5, but Amazon won't allow it. One of the best movies ever, and it's not even close. The title is amazing. 5 stars. Now we get into two of my favorites here. This is by Whiskey Cat. Whiskey Cat writes, Arnold's best, and Conchita Alonso makes it even better. She's not only a real babe, but she must have been a pretty tough cookie to survive making this film. This is the future, and it scares me. 5 stars. Schwarzenegger and Conchita Alonso team up together. That's the title of it. But does he
Do you think he thinks the movie really happened?
Yeah, like that she's a tough cookie to have...
No, I think there's just such lore around Arnold's, behavior toward real life women.
Yeah.
So did she just survive?
She survived the endeavor of, And
this is by D. Master. When this movie came out, I was a little boy in the USSR. And cable bootleg movies were shown on TV and badly dubbed. I remember seeing this movie and I thought it was great. When I came to the States, I saw it on TV in English and it wasn't some bootleg copy and it was even better. Now when I see this movie 20 years later, it's still as good as it was. In all reality, I think this is one of Schwarzenegger's best flicks of all time. 5 stars. Really cool if you haven't seen it. Now, I will say that I read it the way that he intended it, but the spelling mistake is pretty great because he goes, and in reality, this is one of Schwarzenegger's best dicks of all time. So, I knew that he meant flicks. But those are some 5-star opinions. Anything else? Anyone want to talk about the theme song that plays at the end of the movie?
Oh my God! I have the lyrics right in front of me.
Oh my God!
Sing that song.
This is what she wrote. This is what Maria Alonso.
Oh, is it?
No. This is simply just the movie, the John Parr movie. As they come together, we hear the song, and there is a lyric that says, "No pain, no gain." Wow. Yes.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I'll play a little bit.
Please. Okay, hold up. Let me find it. Hold on. I need to find the lyric.
Okay, you got
Start from the beginning.
All right, here we go. Start from the beginning. Here we go. This is going to be great. I love it.
Here we go. Standing in the dark, I swear I heard you calling my name. And I know things had changed. No pain, no gain. Something in your eyes just told me that this nightmare would end. And I had found a friend.
This is people are applauding.
Shouted from the highest steeple, let it out to all the people. Oh yeah, here comes.
You hit the right spot.
Oh God.
No more
Only nights.
Is this about this movie?
With a restless heart, roll the dice. Make a brand new start.
This is amazing, and you are fucking amazing.
That is legendary.
That was the best performance we've ever had on the show.
That is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
And it worked out great. The music really, it was perfect.
I really felt it.
You really were in it.
You really nailed it.
in it.
Really did feel it cool out.
I felt like his big palm was around my neck.
I know I plugged this at the beginning of the show that I would tell you how the book ends. I'll just tell you quickly how the book ends. So Richard, Schwarzenegger's character, hijacks an airplane and takes Richard Dawson hostage. And Richard Dawson says, if you let me go, you'll become the lead hunter of the game. And Schwarzenegger says, yeah, I'll do it. And so now the whole reason why he was playing the game in the book is because they captured his wife and child. And they said, if you win the game, you'll get your wife and child back. And then Richard goes, all right, you're the lead hunter. And by the way, we did kill your wife and child before you even started the game. And then Schwarzenegger goes crazy. He overpowers the flight crew, kills Richard Dawson, is mortally wounded in the process, and then frees Maria Conchita Alonso. She jumps out of the plane. And then crashes the plane into the Games building in New York City, killing everyone inside of it.
Jesus Christ.
That's the ending of the book. Yes. Well, he's already mortally wounded. So that's the dark ending of The Running Man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a pretty downer ending.
Wow. Well, he didn't get those themes, but he got those cigars.
The cigars, not in the movie. Now, Kulap, your brilliant show on CISO, Bajillion Dollar Properties, is coming back very soon. As you listen to this, I would imagine you'd be able to watch it. We'd definitely be able to watch the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
of CISO.
seasons 1, you'd see Mr. Paul Scheer in
That's
episode
right.
107.
Oh my gosh.
Season 2 is available. Season 3 out June.
You've seen Jason in those too, right?
That's right. Jason is in season 1. He's also in season 3. Miss June Diane Raphael is also in season 3. All the stars are shining in Bajillion Dollar Properties.
Give it a quick, just for people who don't know what it is, give a quick pitch of it. Just
it's
Or if you prefer, act out a scene.
Here we go.
I'll play
This is
the game.
It is much like Reno 911 was a spoof of Cops. Bajillion Dollar Properties is a spoof on home improvement shows like $1 Million Listing, Property Brothers, everything you'd see on HGTV.
It's so funny. The cast is amazing. Paul F. is in the show. Is super funny in the show. Tim Baltz,
Ryan Gall,
Drew Tarver.
Tawny Newsome, Mandel Mon, Dana Doot.
It is really, really a great show. Definitely watch this show. It's on CISO, and we're always giving out free promo codes for CISO, so be on the lookout for that. And you can
join for free for 7 days. Watch all 3 seasons. Get out of there if you want to. I don't care. I'm not your mom.
And
okay, that actually is a big thing that I'm glad you spoke to.
Yeah.
You are not our mom,
No,
right?
I know sometimes I play like that, and I know that's not right.
Okay, just because.
But it's kind of fun though.
When
too.
you tuck me into bed at night, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be saying.
Well, you're supposed to just be inside that burrito.
And you can listen to your podcast, Who Charted, on the Earwolf Network. But you can just type it. I mean, that's easy. Just find Who Charted. If you haven't heard it, just download it. It's free. You don't even have to be a sales pitch on it. It's good.
Yeah.
Like it. You like it. You like it a lot. We can follow you on Instagram at I am Kulap.
Yes.
And on Twitter, just at Kulap.
Yeah, at Kulap.
I love it all.
You couldn't get that handle for Instagram?
No, it was gone.
Who is Kulap on Instagram?
You know, nobody to me.
Jason Mantzoukas, what do you want to talk about?
I'm in a movie called The House that'll come out at the end of June.
So get ready to get your tickets early.
So grab those ticks, get them
those
going.
tickies.
And I'll give a shout out to a good friend of ours. Doug Moe has written a book called Man vs. Child. It's a pretty funny book about being a dad. So check it out. He's a good dude.
June?
I will plug the 3rd season of Grace and Frankie, which is on Netflix right now. And I'm just going to give an additional plug to Bajillion Dollar Listing, which I'm also in.
Wow, there you go.
I will
Double
back that up as
Yeah.
well because I'm also in it.
Well, I'm going to
What is
lead.
my episode in the order of things?
I think you are actually, I think it's episode 304, I believe.
Wow, all right.
Yeah.
Well, while
Let
she's
me
looking that
just,
up, I'll tell you, I want to plug this show. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's on CISO. It's called Bajillion Dollar Properties.
Yes.
Really funny show in the vein of Reno 911, but for like those house hunter shows that you like on reality television.
Thank you.
Also, you can check out Veep. I'm on there for, I think, a couple more episodes. Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask you guys. Would you recommend this movie? Jason?
I would. It's fun 80s like
Wait your
schlocky
turn.
nonsense.
Sorry.
Yes. Kulap.
If you're an Arnie completionist, you got to do it.
June.
I'm not an Arnie completionist. So I'd say no.
I would say it's not in my top favorite Arnies. I'm going to go with you, Arnie completionists only. And if you want to leave a message about anything, your life, your problems, or this movie, you can give us a call at 619-PAUL-ASK. That's PAULASK, 619-PAUL-ASK, and we will talk to you about a lot of different things. I'll talk to you on the mini episode. And now, with any further ado, here's a 5-minute We Didn't Start the Fire tribute to How Did This Get Made, which is amazing. We just could never play a 6-minute theme song to the show.
Anaconda, Drive Angry, Sucker Punch, and Deep Blue Sea. Gods of Egypt, all about Steve Demolition Man. Cool as ice, barbed wire, Fast Five and Streets of Fire, Love Guru and Xanadu and Batman and Robin. How the fuck did this get made? That movie Temptation was Perry's worst creation. Double Team, Rhinestone, No Holds Barred and Abduction, Tiptoes, Mortal Kombat and The Devil's Advocate, Over the Top, Trespass, Dundee in Los Angeles, Spider-Man 3, Superman 3, Green Lantern and Badass. How the fuck did this get made? It was really shitty, could have used more titty. How the fuck did this get made? Sharknado, the second one, has gotten me on the run. Sleepaway Camp, Dreamcatcher, Masters of the Universe, Mr. Nanny, Mac and Me, Toys and Daredevil. Life Force, Monkey Shines, Con Air, and On the Line, Face Off, Spice World, of You to a Kill. Top Dog Jr., Stealth and the Last Airbender, Solar Babies, Wicker Man, Howard the Duck Backup Plan, Bloodsport, The Quest, Deck the Halls and Wild Wild West, Vampire Kiss, The Tourist, Hercules in New York. How the fuck did this get made? After Earth and Frog, that both should have gotten beat down. How the fuck did this get made? Jingle All the Way forced me to run away. Godzilla, Catwoman, Lake Placid and Safe Haven, Old Dogs, Avengers, Super Mario Brothers, Crossroads, Staying Alive, Maximum Overdrive, Joyful Noise, The Apple, Star Wars Holiday Special. Oh, Color of Night, Theodore Rex, Fast and Furious 6, Speed 2, Cruise Control, and the first Sharknado. Zardos, LOL, Simply Irresistible, Sharknado, oh hell no, Boy Next Door and Congo. How the fuck did this get made? Movies like Jaws 4 really just made me snore. How the fuck did this get made? The Leprechaun in the Hood I thought was pretty good. Hudson Hawk, Cobra, Island of Dr. Murrah, The Smurfs, Gooby, Odd Life of Timothy Green, Vampire Academy, Justin to Kelly, Roadhouse, Teen Witch, also Season of the Witch, Skyline, The Room, Breaking Dawn Parts 1 and 2, Birdemic, Liz and Dick, Mannequin 2 on the Moon. How the fuck did this get made? Finish that movie from heaven, Paul and Furious 7. How the fuck did this get made? Nothing but trouble and reindeer games, both incredibly lame. The Phantom Tango and Cash, Adventures of Pluto Nash, Judge Dredd, Geely, and I Know Who Killed Me. Perfect Cousin, Winter's Tale, Sexy Ernest Goes to Jail, Battlefield Earth Burlesque, Crank to High Voltage, Covenant, Death Spot, Jack Frost and Jim Kata, Street Fighter and Gamer, Crank, Steel and Hacker, In the Name of the King, Jupiter Ascending, Turtle Secret of the Ooze, Stop for My Mom Will Shoot. How the fuck did this get made? Fair Game and The Shadow were both written by psychos. How the fuck did this get made? Jumbo the animals got their residual. How the fuck did this get made? Lawnmower and Glimmer Man had not a single fan. How the fuck did this get made? But Punisher Warzone had a fucking awesome tone. How the fuck did this get made? Easy Rider the Ride Back was a steaming pile of crap. How the fuck did this get made? Thank you, New York! Thank you, Los Angeles!
Give it up to Edman88 for killing it on that We Didn't Start the Fire song. You're the best. Thank you.
How did this get made?